Hi everyone, Kelly Hackman here from the White Heron Tea and Gifts located right here in historic downtown Newport Richey. Not only am I a business owner, but now I'm a published author, and I'm so excited at the release of my first book, Her Story, Kelly's Ordinary Life in Extraordinary Times, chronicling my adventures through 2020. Now I know that 2020 was a crazy year for so many of us and devastating year at the same time. And the only way that I thought that I could help our community and my friends and my family cope was by sharing my journey through that year. And so my book is a compilation of that journey. It's kind of fun to go back and read now and go, oh gosh, yeah, I remember that happening. And so just kind of a little bit of a fun book that kind of gives a little bit of positive vibe and a little bit of memorandum to a year that none of us will soon forget. I'm continuing on my journey today, answering questions that were submitted to me through my social media site. And so today's question is from my friend Diane. Diane says, why did you start your first business? Well, Diane, it wasn't like I set out to be an entrepreneur when I was younger. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. Actually, my grandparents started a flower shop back in the 1980s. My dad still owns it to this day. And I have several brothers and sisters that have businesses as well. So I guess you could say the entrepreneurial spirit kind of ran in my blood, although I didn't actually get into business ownership until a little bit later. I actually started off working many different jobs here in the community. Some I worked with the Chamber of Commerce. I worked with our local downtown Main Street organization. I worked in the private sector as well. And but it was through my love of the community that I actually ended up being the executive director of Chasco Fiesta for several years. And through that experience, it made me want to own and operate my own business. So for those of you who haven't worked with board of directors or in nonprofits or been a leader in your organization, it takes a lot of time. It's exhausting and it's rewarding all at the same time. And I learned a lot of skills being the executive director that I felt would correlate and go into my ability to be an entrepreneur. That's not always the case with everybody. And to be honest, when I decided to open a business, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted one. And so I actually left the organization with the premise that I wanted to do something in my downtown. Now, from my previous video, you know that I was born and raised here in Newport Richey. And so it's very, very important to me that my downtown district thrives and that we create this vibrant, well-rounded life for all of our residents here, but also have availability for visitors as well. And to have this quaint, cute, prosperous, economically sound community for us to live in and work and play in. And so when I decided to be an entrepreneur and open a business, I knew the only thing that I knew for sure was that I wanted to be here in downtown Newport Richey. I really didn't know what it was that I wanted to do. I just knew that my town has such great bones and has such great potential that I wanted to be a part of driving traffic here so that people outside of the area could see what I saw, which was this beautiful, historic, prosperous downtown area that's welcoming, inviting, and has a lot of different things for a lot of people. That was my goal. And so when I when I looked at opening a business, I was trying to figure out exactly what kind of business would attract traffic that maybe wasn't already here in the downtown area. And in my research, I decided to look at a gift shop. I actually wanted to be like the little Hallmark shop in the movies that you all see. You know, everybody at Christmas time likes to watch Hallmark, and they have these cute little downtown districts, and they're just so much fun. And everybody wants to be there, and I really wanted my town to be that, and I thought I could do that through a gift shop. After a lot of investigating and watching consumer trends and that, I realized that that really wasn't the avenue to go. And so my husband had seen a tea room and he said, you should do that. Long story short, after having tea and researching a little bit, I found out that people travel for tea. And so I decided to open a tea room, not really knowing anything about it at the time, but I knew that it would bring what my town needed. And so my whole premise behind opening my first business was an opportunity to attract people to my community. And that's really what my driving factor was. It could have been anything if it was driving traffic, and I would have loved it if it was driving traffic. It just so happens that it's tea, and I am so blessed to be in an amazing industry with tea leaders from all over the world, and working on big projects here in the United States now with growing tea and fostering our local tea cultures. But I didn't start it out because it was tea. I started it because I wanted to bring people downtown. I think it's done a great job at doing that. And in turn, I have fallen in love with my business. Now, I don't recommend that when you want to open a business that you just look at like what might work, but if you don't love it, don't do it. I was very blessed to fall in love with what I do, and I'm so thankful that I chose to go this route with a tea room that does have a small gift side to it, but can be an economic driver for people coming in from out of the area, and that we can attract people to the area with what we do. And so that's why I started my first business. It really was something that I wanted to do for the community because I saw the potential here, and I wanted everybody to fall in love with my town the way that I love my town. So if you haven't been to downtown Newport Richey in a while, now's your time to come. We have amazing restaurants, shopping. Everybody wanted retail. We have some amazing, beautiful retail establishments here. Everything from health and wellness to services you may need, restaurants, hotels. This town has seen a transformation in the 9 years, and I'm so glad, so proud of people making the investment here, and that I get to be a part of it with my decision to open my first business here in downtown. So there you go, now you know. And stay tuned for more as we go through more questions, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.